Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name's Deanna and today we'll be working on week number 9 of my 13 weeks of Halloween. They will not be loaded up once a week. They will be loaded up more frequently. So you may have time to gather some supplies if you want to mimic or redo one of your own. So today I decided to take some of my foam board. I get this at the Dollar Tree. It's just plain old foam board. You can get it in black if you want. I just happen to have white handy. So what I did was I took my ruler, which seems, oh, there it is. I took my, this is a quilting ruler. I don't quilt, but I like the ruler because I can see through it. And I used that as my width. I laid it on my foam board and then I cut it in different lengths. I used my new Scotch brand trimmer with titanium blade. Love this. I love this. Works so nice. So then I just cut, and if you want to use a pencil first, you can. I just cut it. Like I said, I made them different lengths, so that I had, and I want 4. And you can do more or less, whatever you would like. I then also cut 2 pieces about the same length as the other things. We'll be trimming these down for the backs. What I'm going to do is make this look like it's wooden slats. And I like the idea of using foam board instead of wood. I don't have any problems throwing it away when I'm done with it, or it should store just fine too. But for all practicality, I'm not buying expensive wood and doing that. I get a huge sheet of foam board and I use very little of it. So I pre-painted them gray first with my elephant chalk paint. And you don't need to do that. You can go right on with your black. Did a black base on top of that. And then I'm going to show you with one of these I've got painted still gray. Here we go. These are all done. I'm going to show you on this gray side, because I don't care about the back, how I got the black on the orange. Once I did the gray, my base coat was persimmon, and that is a deco art. And it doesn't have a number, DA293, but you can use whatever orange you like. You don't have to use the same exact colors I use. You can go with what you have. Don't go out and buy extra paint to do most of the projects I have. If you have different colors in that same range, use those. You don't have to go buy special paint just to achieve the type of painting I do normally. If there ever is something that needs to be exact, then I would let you know. So I got a very wet brush here, and I put some black. I need this acrylic in my thing. Just make sure I don't have a lot. And I'm just going to streak it on there. I want to leave some color through. It's a very wet brush. I want to leave some color showing through. This will give you an idea of what I did. And then I'm probably going to just wipe it off. Okay, so now I would have let this dry, and then you would have seen the orange through the black. But because I want to keep moving on this and my other side is already done, I'm going to get a piece of paper towel and wipe that off. You will not wipe off your black from your orange or whatever other base color you have. You will keep that on there. And if you do get too much, then you can repaint it. Now, I did notice with the foam board that it was bowing a little bit until it dried, and then it was fine. Okay, so now, like I said, you won't wipe yours off. I just wanted to show you how I got that technique. So, and my brush was extra wet, so a damp brush and a little bit of black paint, and then you'll get these streakies where you can still see the color coming through. I have also cut out some items with my Cricut, and you can use stickers or other cutting machines if you want. All right, here we go. So I have 4. I'm going to move these to the side a second. We're going to get rid of this paper here so we can see a little bit better what we're doing. There we go. All right. Sit those here. These ones are kind of lightly painted. All right. Now I'm going to start these off of the end here. And I'm going to take the same ruler. I'm going to lay it between these just so I have the same distance apart all the way down. I'm going to hang this one. I'm not going to come right to the edge, I don't think. I suppose I could. I'm going to get my hot glue. See if it's ready. I'm going to lay a little bit of hot glue right here. And right here. Move this back up here like that. And then I'm going to start my placement. There we go. And that is kind of right to that edge there. Let that kick up a second. Our next one I'm going to put a little lower. And I want to keep about 1/4 inch in between, I think. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Okay, I'm going to hold this. Leave myself a little room here. I don't want to go really wide because I don't want to expand out beyond this. And I'm going to make this one just a little bit lower. Like I said, about 1/4 inch. Like so. It does allow you to wiggle around a little bit. And I want it to look like staggered boards. Now if you have a wood grain tool, you can do that. I did not have a wood grain tool. But this is going to get covered with other things. This one I think is going to go a little bit higher. Let's switch this. I think this is a longer one than that, yeah. This one's going to go a little bit higher than that one. Bring my glue gun back in. It's another fairly quick project. The part that took me the longest was painting those and giving their first coat. Again, I'm eyeballing to make sure I have about 1/4 inch. That. And then what we'll do is we'll cut this off at the end and paint our end black. If it's a little jagged or whatever, it doesn't matter because that gives it more realistic look too. So not just perfect straight lines. This one I'm going to go down a little bit like so. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to move this. And I want to bring in, I use an old Cricut mat for a cutting mat. I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to trim that off. Get rid of that. There we go. Get rid of the Cricut mat. It's sticky up. And then I'm going to get my brush back out here. I'm just wiping it in a paper towel. I still have some black paint in here from that. So I'm just going to tap those ends and paint them like that. There we go. All right. Let's get this stuff out of our way. Now these measure, let's see, the longest one is, the length of this row, 12 inches. That's 12 inches. That one's 12 inches. That one's 11 3/4. Oh no, that's not. That's more than 12. It's about 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 1/4, 11 and a half. So you stagger them. You can cut them all the same size too if you want to just stagger them. And then this ends up being about 10 1/4 inches wide when I'm done. So it gives you an idea. Now I cut this spider web out of my Cricut, and this was cut on, I want to say, the paper didn't have a name, but it is kind of pearlescent, metally looking, and it just said graphite. So it's an older paper that I've had. I thought that would make a nice addition instead of black. So we're going to lay this down first. I'm just going to take my art glitter glue. I'm going to run that on these things here. Just the main lines, I think, here. Get a good start on it. And I think that should be enough to hold this pretty good without doing all the webs themselves. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of center that. Just like so. I'm just lightly pressing this well dry clear. Okay. Like I said, the foam board, I mean $1, you get a big sheet of this. So if you're like me, I get kind of tired of the same decorations every year. So that's why this year I'm using up a lot of my ones that are in my stash and redoing them to something different, because I just get, you do it 1 or 2 years, and it's like, and then I have them sitting in a big tote and in a box, and it's like I'm not even using them. All right, so I also cut out the word boo, and I cut this at 3 inches high. You can get in the art department, and this is bright green. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of a lime green. In the art department at Hobby Lobby, they have bigger letters. Probably not in color. If you don't have a die cutting machine, then you can look for other letters or whatever. Or maybe you can just come across, this time of year, probably come across the word boo on a bunch of decorations or something that you can use. Get the wood letters, you can do that. Paint them. Just going to glue these on there. There we go. I'm just trying to find little inexpensive things I can make with either supplies I have or with what I have, and create something, without a ton of money. I picked up a couple of things from the Dollar Tree this year, and I haven't picked up any other Halloween things, I don't think, from any other stores. Not this year. All right, so we got the word boo, and we're going to kind of place in there and get